Hello and welcome to Key Factors presented by theraceguide.com.au as we have a good look at the meeting at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. All the spring stars come back to play. The run to the Rose this weekend, and what a spring it is going to be. And Mike, as always, we'll have plenty of best bets on the show, hopefully a lot of value in there as well. And before we get started, mate, a big happy 4-0, mate. Big birthday for you.
It is a big birthday. Got to admit, I am feeling a little bit older. When you've got more grey hairs than winners, you know you are struggling.
Yep.
A decent decade of punting behind me. Looking forward to more good luck in the next decade. But it's not just my birthday, mate. Your 40th is tomorrow.
A decade, mate, it is. Thank you very much. A decade of punting, mate. How about that very first bet we might have placed way back in the day? Hopefully we've learned a bit from that. What about some punting resolutions in those 40 years?
Yeah, we were talking about it before the show. Things we don't want to do. Slow horses, weak horses, horses that peak on their run, all those things. Just winners for the next 10 years will be great. Thanks, Stu.
Oh, we need some winners on this show first. And I'm going to keep you in check again, mate, because at work last week, especially no horses that are going to get as far back as a Villiers on the speed map.
I doubled my bet late and wow.
Well, we'll get
We need some birthday luck now.
Well, yeah, birthday luck this weekend. Let's have a look at the card now. And Mike, rail out 6 metres, and look at this. Hopefully back to a good 4.
Yeah, it was just out 3 metres, and there was a little bit of bias 2 weeks ago, wasn't there? Just near pace, just near rails. Rails and runs slightly better as well. Out 3 metres again. If it does dry up, it does firm up again.
Yep.
You could have some bias on Saturday against you.
Okay, so definitely look for that as the sun tries to dry out this Rosehill course. And of course, the Run to the Rose is the feature during the middle of the card, Mike. But of course, plenty of other best bets to get us on our way. Race 1. You just love having a bet in race 1, don't you?
Well, we had to give me a birthday present on the show today, and race 1 is my birthday present.
Right.
2,400 metres, small field. Who cares? I do. Race 1, we're definitely doing on Key Factors tonight, and races 5, 6, 7 and 8, the features. All good betting races, but tricky with short price favourites in most.
Okay, doesn't that warm up Group 2, Group 2, Group 2 to end the 5 races?
So
but
good,
as you
so good.
said, an early birthday present for you. You did it in race 1 a few weeks ago with All Saints Eve. Let's see if we can kick things off nice and early, 2,400 metres. You absolutely love these sort of races, Mike. And we've got a progressive stayer on the rise here. Cadre du Noir, $1.80, the lightly raced UK import. Cost $1.1 million here, of course, for the Mar Eustace team. The Warfront Entire up from Melbourne after a big 5-length all-the-way win. Court Show, $5.50 on the second line. Another ex-UK import. Australian Bloodstock have got another nice one on their hands here, but it got way too far back last start. Desert Path, $6 there on the next line. Of course, all that form times into with Birth of Venus through the Court Show form lines and then out to Etheridge, Mike. But Cadre du Noir, this is it could be a very serious progressive stayer.
Yeah, imported stayers just do so well in this country, don't they? 2,400 metres plus. They are so hard to beat. If you want to look at the replays on television, you can go through its replays in England. It was a little bit green, did things wrong, or you can simply go to theraceguide.com.au and see all the flags, jump slowish, racing keenly. He was such a green horse. He was better his last couple of starts, but he was even better here. He cruises up. He puts them away, 2,400 metres plus. Thanks for coming. How do they beat him on Saturday, Stu?
Oh, I don't know, but you've just told me one thing, mate. You've gone through all these English starts. A lot of people aren't going to do that in their form guides, mate. You've got to figure out who this horse is, right?
Yeah, he was working towards some serious form and he's found it now.
Okay, yeah, that is an absolutely demoralising win. Look at
Massive
that.
win.
Let's have a look now. We're looking at a few here. Etheridge, Merlinite, and of course Court Show here, Mike. And pressure fading from the lead. Was it under pressure this day? What do we take out of this race?
Yeah, I think pressure's not too bad, but its Saturday form last prep was a couple of lengths behind and this was only fair, so maybe you can pen pressure. Etheridge, a great run here in the red cap, but she mixes her form, so I'm not sure about her. It wasn't the pattern on the day for a Court Show and Merlinite to get so far back. Merlinite to 2,400 metre type. Easy through the line. That was a nice warm-up run for Saturday.
Yeah, and of course, got to have a think about Court Show as well. Will the punters come back on that $5.50 line? Let's have a look now to have a look at all the key factors here. We're running our mini races. We always do. Keep your eyes on the top right-hand side of the screen. But this form, Mike, we saw the 5-length win. That will light up a gold for us on the show.
It is my birthday, so I'm keeping it very simple. Light up the best horse in the race, Cadre du Noir.
Okay, simple is good as long as we can find a winner. What about progression here, Mike?
We're just showing that Etheridge was good last start, but she mixes her form so much. She's not really the type of horse I like to back.
Okay, so the only one without gold there. What about this distance?
Up to 2,400 metres, Merlinite should lap it up. She's never been there before, but she looks like she'll love it. Lord Fandango wasn't too bad at Taree. he could do something at 100 to 1 plus.
Yeah, very good point. Good to see Lord Fandango back, but it's got a lot of work to do to catch the favourite here, Mike. Who is going to enjoy the track conditions?
I'm feeling lazy, nothing there.
Nothing there. So no gold there, and position in run 2400. We probably won't be looking at this too much.
Straight to the collect queue.
Straight to the collect queue. He's pretty much said it early. Cadre du Noir,
Race one
could
special.
not catch it throughout the key factors. It had some gold earlier. It got all the way out to a nice few length lead there. So let's have a look now, because it is all about price this race. $1.80. You're saying punters might just have to steam in early on the day on Saturday?
It is all about price. Not every single $1.80 favourite is the same, obviously, but some of these stays have been around for a while. They've been racing each other and they're just okay. Cadre du Noir could beat them by 10 on Saturday. Could be a superior stayer. You could go into the Group 1 handicaps and win one of them as well. Merlinite, the only threat, I think 2,400 metres. Corcho, maybe. Second up off a freshen, but you can bet big in race 1 on Saturday. Okay,
so some nice confidence there to start the card at Rosehill Gardens, your early birthday present. Cadre du Noir coming up in race number 1. Well, let's skip ahead now to the Dulcify quality race number 5, 1,500 metres, listed level 4, the 3-year-olds, and a nice favourite here in Maunga. 2 from 2, the Savabeel Colt for Waller. Loved its run last time at Newcastle. It's stepping out with all the good horses here in its 3-year-old grade. Global Quest on the second line, $7. Resuming here, the More Than Ready Colt with form around good 2-year-olds, and of course 3 trials into this. We've got Overlord, $7, the Sebring Red Tracer Colt. Can he jump? Still a maiden from his 4 stance, but obviously made ground there in the Ming Dynasty Fresh. We've got Yardstick, $7.50, the Criterion Colt. Led them up in the up and coming. Nice tune-up trial. Might that be improving back to a dry track at Rosehill? And of course, Love Tap there, $9.50, 2 from 2. And one of your old mates, Aim there, Mike, $10.
I think I'm off the Aim train finally after backing him 4 times and having a big go in the Group 1 last prep. And geez, he was disappointing. Let's have a look at Moanga. Moanga?
I'm going Moanga.
Moanga. I looked at this replay and I thought, what? This is not much. It's a benchmark 64. It's provincial grade. It can't be that good. And I looked at it and I thought, maybe a strong tempo. Maybe he just surged, laid off a strong tempo and he's been suited. But then you look at the sectionals and you realise this was a serious win. He was quickening almost all the way to the line, which horses just don't do. He's got plenty of upside, and you can tell he's got plenty of upside because James Mack has chosen to ride him, Stu.
Yeah, well, Mike, you can have a look at this sort of replay and here you sort of go, wow. Okay, but you've taken another step. You've looked at all the times. This is good.
Yeah, if the leaders are slowing down, it's not as impressive, but the leaders weren't slowing down. They were quickening, which makes it a very impressive win.
Okay, well, let's see what this horse is up against. And well, Bazooka, I mean, this horse has just been racing well throughout the winter. Of course, we've got Overlord here who just gets back and runs on, doesn't it? It's sucked us in a few times. Can it suck us in again this weekend?
Overlord is a no from me. He just isn't the complete product yet. Slow jump, races keenly, runs on really well late, but your heart's in your mouth every time. Bazooka, look, David Payne's a great trainer of these young horses. He progresses into his preparation. He gets fitter and fitter every single run, and you have to love the last 50 metres. Better than Overlord, I think, Stu.
Yeah, okay, I'm just watching there. Yep, I like it. I'll tell you what, well, off the top of the show we said, you know, what's something we can take out of our 40 years of punting? I still fall for flashing light runners, mate.
Swoopers, yeah, count the swoopers, no more swoopers.
Find us one on pace this show, would you? Let's have a look now to get this race started. It's a good-looking race. Race 5 on the card, and of course, Moonga, Mike, its favourite here. Overlord is there for the form, though.
Yeah, very good running on. Bazooka, very good running on as well, in better grade last start.
Okay, so they're the 3 that we've lit up the gold for. Who's got the progression here into their 3-year-old careers?
Well, there's a big question. You're guessing the yard will help. Lizzie's View will help. Moenga obviously can improve. Overlord and Global Quest can improve. Global Quest trials are quite good, and I think he went flat in his first preparation. You probably could forgive his last run. Okay, interesting. So it's all gold there for the favourites, of course, Mike Distance. Love Tap, smashed the line, but in this grade, not sure. Jet Propulsion improving every single start. We'll love the distance. And Black Duke Fiorente, he'll lap up the 1,500 metres. Yeah, okay. So it's still the favourites out in front. Mike, track conditions. Yeah, dry, rosy types. Overlord doesn't look like one, but he was okay last start. I'm not playing the conditions too much on Saturday. Okay, so Moonga, Overlord, Global Quest, Bazooka's right there. Position in run. This could be important. Yeah, Bazooka, Jet Propulsion get nice runs following Easy Campese, who should roll. they'll be hard to shake.
Okay, so the favourite was out in front early. Overlord, well, it is going to be running on, as we know. A little bit of value in there, creeping into some of the gold and the key factors later on with Bazooka, Mike. So let's bring all the ratings in here. What are the backers going to do with Overlord? It seems a pretty big price at $7. Bazooka's right there at $13, only one length behind. But look, this favourite, I mean, looks $2.80, Mike. And it's only a length ahead for us.
Yeah, it's just got a tricky barrier. And if there's a touch of bias, 280 does seem short, but he does have loads of progression. Very hard to know where to go in this race, where to bet.
Yep.
But I do like the race. I think I'll have a couple of small plays early on Bazooka each way, and Black Duke maybe small. But you can back the favourite later if he drifts.
Okay, so Bazooka, it's been racing well. Let's get on that for the best bet, and Black Duke there for some value in race number 5. Well, there's a look at 2 big races Saturday, but after the break, we get stuck into the big feature races. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We are having a look at the card at Rosehill Gardens this weekend, and this is where it gets pretty exciting. Race number 6, let's have a look at the Run to the Rose, Group 2 for the 3-year-olds, and the Golden Slipper Curse. Can it continue? 6 of the last 7 Golden Slipper winners have never won another race. Kiamichi, Estajab, Capitalist, Vancouver, Moss Fun, Overreach. Wow, let's hope FARNAN can not do that. FARNAN here, $2.40, resuming, 5 from 6, and not a single doubt colt. Gay says he will not get beaten against this season. We know she said that with Piero after the Breeders, and it went on to win the Golden Slipper. Rothfire, $4.40 on the second line. Another one resuming, 6 for 7 for the speedy Queenslander. Unbeaten on the dry. North Pacific, $4.60, 2 for 3 for the Brazen Bow colt. Big return at Randwick on the heavy 10. Back to drier conditions here. Peltzer, $7.50, no match for Anders Fresh, but obviously beating home Overlord, who raced earlier. And of course, Mamaragan, $8.50, another who couldn't catch Anders, but this extra trip looks a little bit of a plus. Third to FARNAN in the Golden Slipper at start number 2. But FARNAN, Mike, is this the one that they just have to catch?
What a race. Look at your form guide. Look at all the 1s, the 2s, the 3s. Look at them in the yard. They're seriously impressive colts. This is a great race to watch, even if you're not betting. Golden Slipper, FARNAN, what can't he do, Stu? Yeah. Early speed, quickens okay.
Professional.
But his best strength is the last 150 metres. This horse surprised the Waterhouse stable. They didn't think he was that good in the early days, but you just don't know their mentality till they step out on the track, and he loves his racing. He digs in, wins the Golden Slipper by a margin. Mamaragan, at only his second career start, not too bad as well, Stu, and he could have progressed since then.
Yeah, that was a huge run. And as you said, it digs in, you just said it there. Didn't he, Justin? He's going away on the line. What a horse.
It's all about toughness late.
Let's have a look if these are any tougher, Mike. Well, obviously, we're talking about Pelter. We just saw Mamaragan there, but let's have a look at Mamaragan here. We're only going back a couple of weeks here, Mike, but Pelter, I mean, interesting map. Is this the one that maybe just could sit behind them on Saturday?
Yeah, I think Mamaragan gets a lot closer on Saturday. Pelter will be on pace, near the lead. Anders is just too fast when he's fit, over 1,100 metres. Peltzer, I didn't mind the last 75 metres. He kept on okay, but Mamaragan from the spot he was in, I think was a better run, Stu.
Yeah, just looking at that again. So it's not going to get that far back on Saturday.
100% won't get as far back. Nash is on.
All right, Nash on, not that far back. Let's have a look now to get this race started. This is pretty exciting here, but obviously the Golden Slipper form, well, maybe not into the 3-year-old year, but in the 2-year-old year, the Golden Slipper form stands up.
But even that form as well, they're running right into the 90s. That's good enough. Rothfire not far off. North Pacific not far off, but that was on a heavy track, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very true. Good point. We are back to the dry this weekend, so FARNAN the one to catch. Progression, Mike, always intriguing.
Yeah, all getting ready. FARNAN could have improved during the break, and we know the Waterhouse bot stable will have him fit. King's Legacy may be the one that won't be ready first up.
Gotta love it when Gay just declares one day. You know, they've got to live up to it. That's the problem.
He will not be big in the yard, will he?
Distance now, Mike.
Yeah, North Pacific back to a sharper 12, maybe a slight risk, and definitely King's Legacy back to 12 as well.
Okay, but FARNAN still out by a length from Rothfire. Well, track conditions are saying no.
No, but North Pacific has an asterisk. He's kind of not the biggest, most powerful type, so slight question. Okay,
so we're skipping over that, but this could be a big one in my eyes, Mike. Position and run, who's leading, who's settling just behind.
And the question here is FARNAN. He's mapped to be possibly 3 wide, but I doubt they'll kick up and hold him out, because they'll be going hammer and tongs right from the start.
Yeah, true. All right, so it's FARNAN there, hanging on by a length from Rothfire in the run to the Rose. Obviously some bigger targets ahead in a few weeks, potentially a slot for any of these into the Everest as well. So some really big bickies at stake here, Mike. But FARNAN, $2.40. It's only got a length to spare. Rothfire's there. Look, they're all there. This is a tight race.
Great race. And if you want to have a bet small and watch the yard. They're the two pieces of advice I've got to give. And if you are betting early, I think Mamaragan's the horse. Definitely maps closer. Rates just about as good as FARNAN.
Yep.
Each way play for sure.
Okay, so a tight race, but Mamaragan, we can find a little bit of value there in the run to the Rose. What a race it is going to be. And that takes us to race number 7. It's a Theo Mark Stakes over the 1,300 metres, Group 2 level. And it is Funstar, the favourite here, $3.20. Got a long way back in the show county. Was it disappointing? I don't know. We'll see in some of the replays later on. Special reward, $4.20. It's going to be up on the speed. It hit the front 300 metres out there and it never gave up. Wild Planet, $6. No luck in the same race. It looks to get a nice run as well. Nicanova, $9. A big run in the Wink Stakes. Back 100 metres here, which is interesting. And then good old Tyre Zone, the Stratty winner at $11. But Funstar, Mike, it's favourite again.
It is favourite again. And based on the run we're about to watch first up, you might wonder why. Because it quite clearly rates behind these other horses. Look, this was a day that you could lead all the way if you had a slow tempo like Frosty Rocks did. But most of the leaders underperformed just a touch. Yep. Dame Giselle found it hard to win. Leading Just Thinking didn't win, then won next start. Dreamforce was obviously awful, then came out and won next start. So maybe you can forgive Special Reward slightly here. Hit the lead early, fought on okay. Signore Fox good, but 1,300 a bit of a risk. While Planet, absolutely no luck at all, and we backed it, which is shocking. And Funstar, look, it's an okay run and she can progress. It's the Wallace stable. We're just not sure, Stu.
Yeah, always tough to watch a horse you've done your dough on there, but I like the run of Special Reward. Now, Mike, crack on, crack on.
Just a great name, no other reason.
Okay, that's it. Is that what we're looking at here? Hang on, it's a Hong Kong derby, mate.
Yeah, it's my birthday, so I can do what I want to. So no, we've got John Moore coming over from Hong Kong, and he's got some good horses. This horse has had a long break. Once again, you look through its replays or you look at the race guide. This is a horse that was green in England again, went to Hong Kong, started to settle better. You look at its barrier trial recently and it was pretty good, winning second behind Hawkbury on her.
Yep.
It is a strong finisher. It fights hard. 1,300 metres is probably too sharp, but he's a decent horse to watch on Saturday.
Okay, you've done all your profiling there from England to the Hong Kong Derby, all the way to Australia. Good on you. That's what you got to head to the race guide for. All your horses have already been profiled this weekend. There's a look at the form, Mike. Who are we going to light up here?
This is a deep race, Stu. Light up most of the field.
Light up most of them except Funstar, the favourite.
Yeah, not Funstar, not at all. No.
Okay, let's have a look at the progression here. Who's got this?
Well, this is the question. Waller, how much was in the tank for Funstar first up? She could have 2, 3, 4 lengths. It's such a good stable. Ranier first up, bit of a risk. And Tyre Zone off the Group 1 win with a big weight, bit of a risk first up as well. Okay,
so big kicker there to the favourite Funstar, catching up with them, but it's Special Reward and Wild Planet just out in front.
Yeah, sharper 13 for Nicanova, tiny risk. Ranier maybe back to 13. Tyre Zone, tempo's a risk. Signore Fox actually going up in distance is a risk for him.
Okay, so Special Reward and Wild Planet, Mike, do they enjoy the drier conditions?
I'm just not playing this too much on Saturday. I think Signore Fox will like it if it really firms up, but I'm not sure.
Okay, and there's crack on. Only a length behind these two, Mike. So position run, does that help us here?
It is definitely a map race. If the bias is on by this part of the day, Special Reward leads and can roll and fight, and Wild Planet can stick on from the box seat. So hard to beat if there's any bias at all, Stu.
Okay, love a map race. We know where they're going to be. Let's just hope it turns out that way. So Special Reward there with Wild Planet getting away from Funstar at the end of the race there, Mike. They're nice sort of, we'll call that each way plays. But look, Funstar, $3.20. And look, you might have found one here with this overseas stayer.
Yeah, I think you could do something, but I watched the yard, maybe a small spec early and watch the bias, because if you have to go on pace inside, he's drawn wide, which could be a risk. A few of my mates have got big odds on Wild Planet early in the Monday markets after that unlucky run. So I feel like I've missed out, but he's still the best bet. And crack on. Small bet early and watch the yard late.
Yeah, good luck to you if you're taking those nominations.
I'm very jealous.
You deserve all the value. Well, let's wrap it up now. Race number 8, the Shirako Stakes, 1,200 metres. Group 2 for the fillies and mares. And, well, how about this? We just jumped straight to a full field. And for Seeker, $2.50. Joey Pride said this is one of the fastest races you'll see for a mares race. And, well, we know Fasika's going to get a pretty good run from the gate. $2.50 resuming. So reliable. 3 lovely trials. Went down by a lip in this race last year.
Oh, you love her, Stu. You love her.
I'm not going to hide that, mate. Hawkbury on her on the second line there. $7.50. Another one resuming off a long break. 8 starts, 5 wins, 3 seconds. It's trialled well, but it draws out. Mizzy, $9.50. Can it do it again? Last year's winner, obviously beating Fasika. Sweet Deal there, $9.50. Good, tough win resuming in the toy show, beating Zanaya, Seasons, and of course, Adelong. There's a few questions here, Mike, but one thing we do know is Fasika's tough, Fasika's good, and we're going to have a look at her.
She's brave as well. She's the highest rated horse at the weights, I think, just about. It's set weights race on Saturday, so she's so well weighted. She had Group 1 form at the end of last prep. Let's have a look at 2 preps to go. Same race last year, a couple of the same horses. Mizzy leading with the bias was in her favour. Fasika 3 wide, no cover. You must have been on, Stu. You were always on. Talk us through it.
Why are we showing all these replays tonight with these horses that have just been beaten a lip or have just had no luck?
Maybe we never back a winner. I don't
know. Fasika. Mate, she's going to be right there Saturday. That's a brave effort still.
I know you love her. I know.
Let's have a look now. Okay, Sweet Deal. Fiesta.
Yes. Yeah, I love Sweet Deal. This is second up.
That's a good point. This is another one of yours.
Second up last preparation when I backed her as well and she got done. This is actually true.
But he had a good win last start.
A really strong tempo this day. Contapatiro putting the pressure on pace. Look at Contapatiro as a Group 1 winner herself, get beaten off to midfield. Sweet Deal, left hanging. You think she's home. Come on, girl, lift. But Dawn gets the drop on her and runs home late. I know she only just won first up, Sweet Deal, but it was a funny track. It was a sticky track. And a dry Rosehill should suit her, but the barrier is so bad.
It'd be much nicer just showing replays where we back the winner, wouldn't it?
But the viewers would get so bored of
Very true. Yeah, we've been very honest there. 2 horses we did our dough on, but we might be back for them. Let's have a look now in the Shirako late in the day. Fasika on top for 4, Mike, but look, there's a whole host of these in behind. This is a cracker.
That's just 2 hashtag we're awesome tipsters like the social media crowd. Fasika, light her up, best form.
Okay, can they catch Fasika? Who's got progression?
Progression, upside, horses that can improve. Fasika first. I think she's wound up.
Yep.
Hawkbury on her, big long break, looks bigger and more muscular. She could do something in this preparation, and Sweet Deal can improve second up. Shout the Bars, got progression, and Outback Barbie is a red hot fresh horse, Stu.
You don't think Fasika's wound up?
I think she is, but I want to see the yard first, mate.
All right, distance, here we go. A lot of gold, including Fasika, including Sweet Deal.
I'll give you 270 right now. Seasons, I think she might peak at 12. She got the sucker run last time, and Shout the Bar back to 12 is a risk.
Okay, so a lot of gold there. That's the point we're seeing for distance. Track conditions, Sweet Deal. Yeah, she's going to love this.
Yeah, finally, dry Rosehill, Sweet Deal late in the day, Adelong late in the day. Big, strong, muscular mares that should like it.
Okay, so Sweet Deal gets her favourite conditions there, as does Adelong, and position in run. Well, Joe Pride said they're going to go.
And it's such a big field. Hawkbury on her, Sweet Deal, Flit, drawn so wide. If you need to be near rails, they're almost out of the race.
Yeah, that's a good point. A couple of key chances, drawing ride, but Fasika there with Sweet Deal from a couple of others just in behind. So race 8 on the birthday weekend, Mike. Hopefully we've had a few winners coming into this. $2.50, look, it is short, let's face it. Sweet Deal there is nearly $10. And look, a few of the favourites in here, Mike. You're saying this pretty much won't be a blowout race by the look of this.
I don't think so. I think the top 6, I think Shout the Bar, Positive Peach, you can probably take them on each first up over 200 metres, even though they're in the mix there. But I think those top 6 will fight it out. It could be a good trifecta race or first 4 race. I am not tipping Fasika, mate. I'm sorry if she drifts late.
Oh, mate, we love Sweet Deal.
We might be backing her Saturday anyway. Sweet Deal each way, on pace. If there's not too much bias near the rails, and Adelong, forgive that run last start. She had no luck at all.
Yeah, good point. A nice forgive there for Adelong, but it's Sweet Deal for us there in the Shirako at nice each way odds. Well, there's a look at 5 big races. Plenty more coming your way after the break, including the best bets for the rest of the program. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. It is Run to the Rose Day at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. All these spring stars, Mike. We've had a look at some pretty good races on the day.
Horses.
You've got your birthday tip out of the way in race number 1, nice and early. But come on, mate, birthday weekend, we want to see a lot of winners. We've had a look at 5 races. There's plenty more on the cards. What are we going to do?
Discipline may slip just slightly on Saturday after 2 40th birthdays. Let's hope these tips, especially late in the day, go all right. Cadre de Noir, $1.80 wins by 4.5. Gillette, inside barrier could help at $8. Badouche, box seat, or near the box seat, and strong late last start at $9. Mask Crusader, I'm not taking $1.95. Sure. Maybe late. Bazooka each way from the box seat. Mamaragan, Small early bet, watch the yard, while Planet Each Way, sweet deal. If there's no bias, and Papal Warrior, not too bad last start.
Okay, yeah, nice horse. Loves running a place. Okay, there's a look at the summary, Mike. The $100 hot seat. Are we back in profit yet?
Ice cold hot seat, I think, Stu.
We're not, mate. Come on. Profit is needed. Let's go. Birthday luck, birthday punting. How are we going to do it?
We are surviving. We're doing okay, but we need to do better. The birthday special, drum roll please, is every tipster on the East Coast knows it. Cadre du Noir at $1.80, I think, just wins. But if he doesn't, Merlinite the Mare will be surging home late, and Bazooka, the each way play of the day, at $13. 2 winners will be nice, thanks, Stu.
Cadre du Noir. Noir reminds me of a horse that you've done a lot of cash on.
I have lost a lot of money on that Wallace Swooper. Another swooper.
Another swooper. Can't back that sort of track pattern.
Nope.
Well, let's have a look now at our charity multi. Of course, we're doing it for Dementia Australia, the Bondi to Berry Ride to Remember. Let's start it off. We're having a multi. Race 1, Cadre du Noir. We've said it all show. It's your special. Let's get it in there. We'll have that for the win. And, well, let's put Papal Warrior in for the place. I think I had this on the show the other week. It was unlucky last start. We'll have 20 on that at $4.40. And let's have a little first 4, because we had a little bit of success last week. It didn't pay a lot, but we're going to box these up. These are all pretty good horses going places. Global Quest, Overlord, Bazooka, Maunga, Black Duke with the value, and of course Jet Propulsion will have $20 on that. But we're making a little bit of money for charity.
Our first 4 is a first 4. You're a hard marker, mate. You've got a profit. And for the viewers at home, we're thinking of changing the key factors up a little bit. So feedback on social media, please. We'll change the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Head to theraceguide.com.au on social media, and of course on the website for all your feature profiling. That track at Rosehill Gardens, Mike, I know it's one of your favourites to profile this week. Hard and fast, we hope.
On pace, inside all day.
All right, that's it from us on Key Factors. Hope you're back a winner this week, and we'll see you again next week.
Good luck on Saturday.